are two separate fires here. There's the fire to the east. That's the one that was approaching the house, the rancher's house. We're going to turn back this direction because I see the planes coming. The planes are on their way. We're going to see if we can get video of them doing a drop here. But there's the fire to the east. I believe Jed is on that one. There's the fire to the northwest that just took off 30 minutes ago that's now huge, and it's big as well. So there's two fires over here. I don't think they're going to merge, but they're both big, and they're getting bigger, and they're out of control completely. So we're going to keep a watch on it. I see the super scoopers. Let's see if we can zoom up on the super scooper. They're going to do a drop here, I think, on the east fire in just a second. But that's what's going on here. We're between both fires right now, watching both fires, and both are big, and both need to be taken very seriously. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Val, if they look like they're going to drop some water here, let us know. Well, that'd be a great sign, because remember last Friday, we had no air support. It was too windy. We had no air support, talking about dropping water on fires in Oklahoma last Friday from helicopters or airplanes. It was just too windy. So today and over the weekend, with less wind we just had over the weekend, and also today, the winds are less, and they're still strong enough to get fires, but again, they're still just below where we can actually get the planes and the helicopters up to drop some of the water and really hit these things and knock them down. So good news, firefighters are in the field. We have airplanes coming in from the top, and they're going to be dropping water on this, which is always great. So guys, back at the news desk, here's the deal. Those two main fires still burning in Logan County, trackers on the ground, Jim Gardner's up top, and we have water support now coming in from the airplanes, which is always good. Guys, back to you.
Thank you. And a state of emergency remains in effect for 12 counties following Friday's wildfire outbreak.
Emergency management officials say at least 4 people died in those fires. Another 142 people were taken to the hospital with various injuries. And while damage assessments are still underway, emergency management has identified more than 400 homes damaged statewide. And more than a dozen of those homes were in the Luther area.
Thousands of acres also burned. News 9's Deanne Stein is live in Luther, and she starts our team coverage off. Deanne.
Jen, Sylvia, there are 22 volunteer firefighters here in Luther. The majority of them were fighting that fire on Friday and on call again today. Now, since Friday, about 7,000 acres have burned here in the Luther area, from Hiwassee and Covell all the way to Peebly and Waterloo. Now, early estimates show at least 12 homes were destroyed, including Jeanette Mills's home at the corner of Triple X and Coffee Creek. Firefighters tell me they did the best they could dealing with the high wind, trying to stay ahead of the fire and evacuating everyone in its path.
People losing their homes, all their belongings, it stings for us because we take pride in being able to stop those things. With the events Friday afternoon, we just weren't able to get in front of it. We just couldn't. And the support that we've gotten through the community and our town and everything like that, it's just been amazing. So I just want to say thank you to all of them.
Now, the community is helping these firefighters with food and water donations because they're not done yet. The chief tells me they have miles and miles of hot spots that they're still responding to, trying to put out. That on top of the threat of more fires today and tomorrow. Live in Luther, Deanne Stein, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
All right, Deanne, thank you. And in Norman, fires tore through both sides of Lake Thunderbird, wiping out half the homes on just one street. And that's where we find News 9's Haley Wager with an update on that damage. Haley.
Hey JP, we're here on the north side of the lake, and it's actually where we were on Friday when these fires were just tearing through. Most of the homes on this street, sadly, are just completely burned down. The fire did start behind us in this heavily wooded area, and it came through. You can almost see the exact path it came through. You can still smell the smoke and just everything coming through here. So this right behind me was a garage and a well house. But what's amazing, what's absolutely crazy is straight behind it is this home that was absolutely untouched. They said they had one window broken, but that's it. The home just absolutely untouched, still standing there. It was such a blessing for this couple. The man that lives here actually built this home himself in 1972. So they say they're just so thankful today to still have a place to call home. And as these wildfires are still coming through the state, many people are on edge, but the people living on the street say there's really nothing left to burn. So they're feeling blessed and just thankful today.
I don't think it's going to do any damage here because everything's burned around us. And I don't think there's anything left to burn.
And the Red Cross was in the area this morning, and the neighbors are also taking donations. They're looking for the basics like water, granola bars, things like that, but they're also asking for any kind of hygiene products. There is a station set up at the end of Spencer Circle here if you want to make donations. Live in Norman, Haley Wager, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
All right, Haley, thank you. And the Red Cross, as she mentioned, has shelters open for those who need a place to stay free of charge. There are shelters open in Norman, Luther, Stillwater, and Shawnee. Fire victims can also find food, snacks, water, health services, and disaster-related resources at any of those shelters.
And anyone impacted by the wildfires or straight-line winds can report damage at the link on your screen. It will help local and state emergency managers better coordinate recovery efforts. Now, we have a full page dedicated to our wildfire coverage, including resources on our website, news9.com.
And in other news, we are learning new details about the settlement between the state superintendent and the Oklahoma Ethics Commission. This is over social media posts supporting then presidential candidate Donald Trump. The posts were on Ryan Walter's personal account, but they highlighted his position as superintendent. Now, superintendent will be removed. He will use a non-state issued picture and pay $5,000, $4,000 to the state, and $1,000 for attorney fees. A man who was arrested in July for setting a couple on fire is now facing a murder complaint after one of those victims died from her injuries.
Oklahoma City Police say Samantha Richardson and her boyfriend, both transients, were sleeping along a fence line near Hefner and Western when another transient, Michael Madison, doused them in starter fluid and set them on fire. Richardson died Thursday, 8 months after she was hospitalized with burns that covered her body.
All right, Oklahoma, we are live in the Bob Mills Weather Center, and another day with more fires out there. And here we go. Let's go to Jim Gardner's shot right here. And we just, man, the super scoopers just dumped a whole lot of water on that fire. Pretty amazing stuff right there from Jim Gardner. So planes in the air, Jim's in the air, storm trackers are on the ground, fires continue to burn. Folks, we have a couple of more days ahead of us. Hang on a second. Let's watch this, folks. This is live from Jim Gardner. Let's watch what this guy does. And again, this is up in southeast Logan County, north of Waterloo. There it goes, live on News 9. There you go. And perfect target, perfect hit from that airplane there, dropping water. We love to see that. Can't get enough of the water. All right, more wind ahead. Fire danger continues. Your forecast coming up.
And we are saluting Oklahoma high school seniors now through the end of the school year. Today, we're saluting Paisley Taylor.
Paisley is a senior at Washington High School. She has over a 4.0 GPA. She'll be headed to DePaul University this fall to study film and television. Paisley is also a cheerleader and has been part of the student council for the past 4 years.
Don't forget, you can nominate a high school senior by going to news9.com/senior. All right, we are watching 2 fires, big fires in Logan County.
Yeah, pretty good size. They got the Northwest Oklahoma City fire out quickly. We have more resources in the metro. They can get on these things faster, and you get out and it gets a little bit, more spread out. But man, really cool seeing the airplanes come in and boom, those guys. I mean, they can put on a dot. I mean,
it's nice to see that out there.
Good. Yeah,
that we have that.
And that's going to help. And remember, they were not flying on Friday because the wind was too strong.
Right.
We didn't have any helicopter support or airplane support. Today we do. And that's good, but still evacuations, again, underway east of Guthrie, just south of 105.
Correct. They're asking folks not to even bother to pack your things. They're saying leave now.
Right. It's not
That's
as windy. It's not as crazy as what it was on Friday. So, yes, it's still not good, but could be a lot worse. Friday was
an
about
uneasy
as bad
feeling
as it,
just to leave.
Oh, it's horrible.
And folks can set up at the Guthrie Fairgrounds.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right, let's take a look. And again, here's your update. Trackers are on the ground. Jim Gardner is up in the sky. He's been conversing back and forth with the air tank water drops that are coming in from all the airplanes. And wow, it's just incredible to watch as they're picking up water, scooping it, and dropping it all over these fires, again, up in Logan County. But look at the flames there, folks. We still have some big flames to deal with. And these are areas that nearly burned or burned last Friday, okay? All right, let's go up top. And this fire is still burning out of control. They're trying to get on it here. Let's go to Jim Gardner. This is in southeast Logan County. This fire is burning to the north. If you're out ahead of this and you're in the fire warning, you need to evacuate, okay? You cannot, it's not like a thunderstorm coming in with damaging winds or a tornado where you go to the center part of the house. If this hits your house, there won't be a center part left. Let's go up top and get an update from Jim. And Jim, fire is still burning. Logan County fire still out of control. Go ahead.
Well, that's right, David. There's just too many cedars out here. What the fire you're looking at right now is the one on East Indian Meridian burning toward Charter Oak, and it is still going. That's one the super scoopers just dropped on. And give you a little bit of information about the super scoopers because I worked with them a lot when I was in Los Angeles. Those planes have, on each side of the hull, they have an opening the size of an index card on each side of the hull. So when they drop down on like Arcadia, they can drop down and within 30 seconds they can scoop up 1,400 gallons of water through those 2 index-sized cards on each side of the hull. Now, when they do that, they have to clear Arcadia Lake, so the Park Service, everything's got to get everybody off the lake, make sure nobody's in there. But then they can come over, they can bury those doors. They can drop it all at once, or they can bury the doors to open or close and shoot foam in there. So they're a great asset here. But let's pull back wide, David. You can see there's 3 separate fires right here. There's that one, the one right there that crossed Charter Oak at Indian Meridian, and then we got this one over here, and then there's one up north of here, a small one up north here, which I believe was started by embers blowing off this, but it is still going. I just hear the super scoopers they just picked up. They're headed back in, David. We'll give it back to you. Jim Garpoint live from Bob Mills, got his 9 back to you.
All right, nice job again, folks. Those are fires burning right now up in Logan County. You can count them there, at least 1, 2, 3. There might be maybe a 4th or even a 5th smaller fire going on. Let's go to the ground now, and let's get an update from Val. And Val's a little bit further back. Val, looks like we saved that house, or firefighters did, doing a great job with that. What do you think? What do you see from the ground? Go ahead, Val, give us a quick update.
Okay, you got 2 big fires that are raging out of control. This is the one on the west side. The other one on the east side is behind me. Now, one thing I want to show you, that's where the main fire is. But just now, I'm going to zoom up here. You see, that's the grass field we are in. That fire has just jumped into Meridian and taken off. And when it gets to that dry grass, if they don't get to it quickly, which it looks like they're trying to do right there, you see the brush pumper out there spraying it down, that fire is going to race across this dry grass to the northeast. So it must have been an ember from one of those big cedars that are popping off there, but it definitely jumped the road right here, which means that we're going to have to get out of this field in just a minute. To avoid getting into that fire right there. So the super scoopers came. We watched them. We got video of them dumping. I guess they're on their way back. Yep, there they are. They're headed back right now. They're to our south-southwest, and they're headed back this way. Boy, that doesn't take them long to get that water. Good grief. I'm going to keep it on this and watch the super scoopers and try to get some video. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Nice job there, Val. So Val's right there. And obviously, you can see this guy on the ground coming right into it, and hopefully, well, there he goes. Now he's hitting it. Now we're spraying it. So we'll get that knocked down, and hopefully that'll be the end of that. All right, back to Links 1. Once again, the fire warning continues. This is going to be east of Guthrie. The fire is down here, burning northeast, but if you live east of Guthrie, 105 south, you need to be thinking about evacuating, and here comes the super scooper again. And Jim Gardner has that shot. Here, look at that shot. Boom, that's a kill shot right there. Watch. Look at that. Right on target. Man, they are so good. They are so good at what they do. Seriously. And another plane comes in, coordinates where exactly to drop it, then the main plane comes in, and boom, they coordinate, and you get that. Wow, that was, man, that was amazing, right? Okay, flames are burning, though. We got big flames here in Val's shot. All right, so this is what the fires look like. The Northwest Oklahoma City fire is out. The Logan County fires continue to burn now. Southeast of Guthrie, with those evacuations now to the north and east of that. The fire in northwest Oklahoma County, a little bit of smoke left with that, not a big deal. These fires, we have at least 3, if not 4 fires over here burning, some bigger than others. We have Jed on the ground, we have Val on the ground, and we have Jim Gardner in the air. And a little closer shot, this is going to be south of Seward, Waterloo Road to the north, and this is going to be east of Henny Road and in between Henny and Luther Road. So if you live in this area and this is off to your southwest, you need to be thinking about evacuating, getting whatever you got, loading it up, and getting out of Dodge. Here in Oklahoma City, right now, here we are. We're looking at 82 degrees. That's part of our problem. There's your other problem, 15% humidity with the south wind now gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. Lots of 80s on the map, 82 in Guthrie, 82 at Will Rogers, 83 at Lake Thunderbird. Lots of 80s on the map, mid to upper 80s across the west, nearly 90 in the west. Southwest winds now at 30 to nearly 40 miles per hour. Just had a wind gust of 39 in Oklahoma City. So the wind is up, and it's going to stay up this evening, and the wind gets stronger tomorrow because of that storm right there as it moves closer to Oklahoma. Tomorrow will be another high, basically, weather day. We're talking about high fire danger day coming up on your Tuesday. Lows tonight in the 50s. It'll be windy. Some of those fires will continue to burn overnight tonight. Tomorrow back into the 80s. And what about tomorrow? Wind speed zones 35 to 45 miles per hour. So the winds will be stronger tomorrow. So the fire danger tomorrow, high to extreme. I-35 westward, the humidity will be very low. So the fire danger tomorrow, high to extreme. And then Wednesday, wind switch. Colder, it's a northwest wind, so the fire danger still is high with winds at 45 to 55 miles per hour, and the fire danger will remain high into your Wednesday. We'll get some better news on Thursday, but the fire danger comes right back for Friday as our next storm system arrives. So here we go. It just won't end, right? There's your weekend. And folks, there is no chance of rain, but a lot of wind on the 9-day. So the fire threat continues. We'll be back right after this.
Yes. Mic check 1 2 3 4. It's a lot better looking than when it started. The call came in around 3:17. The fire started on the east side of the road on Northwest 206th Street. The field is very tall.
Fire crews are responding to a grass fire burning right now in Edmond.
Let's get right out to our Elizabeth Fitz, who is near 206th and Portland with the very latest. Elizabeth.
Sylvia, JP, it's a lot better looking than when it started. The call came in around 3:17. The fire started on the east side of the road on Northwest 206th Street. We're about a half mile away from it. This happened in a field with very tall grass. It looks kind of like the grass that you see over here behind this white fence. 10 acres have burned, with the fire jumping the creek. No homes or structures have been burned, and no homes or structures are in jeopardy of burning, which is the good news. Winds are still going strong, and trucks are coming in and out from different municipalities, trying to figure out what is still needed. Again, we are at Covell in Portland, right next to the Deer Creek wastewater treatment facility, and the fire is a lot better looking than when it started. JP, Sylvia?
All right, Elizabeth, in Northwest, well, I guess it's a dividing line between Edmond and Deer Creek.
Sure.
And that fire looks to be mostly contained out. We'll be right back after this break.
Sylvia, JV, the city of Stillwater set up this donation to meet the immediate. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. To meet the immediate needs of families.
Now get $3,000 cash back on Ford Super Duty plus up to 90 days deferred first month's payment. Only at your best in Oklahoma Ford dealer.
You should never try to be something you're not.
So if you've been in a car accident and you're not a lawyer, don't try to take on the insurance company alone. Leave it to the pros and call Parrish Devon.
Just like we trust Rumble to keep fans entertained,
count on Parrish Devon when you need a win.
If you've been injured, call Parrish Devon, the official personal injury lawyers of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Empowered.
Huge boost to confidence.
Sexy. Definitely helped me feel sexy again.
At Bell Sculpt, our procedures offer amazing results with less risk than traditional plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery.
I feel better in a swimsuit. I'm able to tuck in my shirt for the first time in my life and feel comfortable in it.
They delivered on their results, and I love my Bell body.
Book a free consultation today and experience the Bell Sculpt difference for yourself.
It is March Mayhem at A&T Mechanical, and Jessica is looking to secure some amazing deals. Step back 3 is good for a tankless hot water heater.
And 1 for a full HVAC system.
Oh, slam for a whole home surge protector.
Right now, West Shore Home is having its buy one, get one sales event. Buy a full bathroom remodel and get a tub to shower conversion for free. Learn more at westshorebath.com and have someone out as early as tomorrow to lock in buy one, get one savings before they're gone.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9.
Our top story here at 4:30, the threat of wildfires is high and all across the state today.
Now this comes on the heels of devastating fires Friday. We'll have a look at the cleanup process underway in just a minute. But first we need to start with David Payne in the Bob Mills Weather Center. David, lots of fires popping up, evacuations underway in parts of Logan County.
Yeah, that's right. If you live east or southeast of Guthrie, south of 105, yeah, you need to be evacuating right now. The fires are not burning as fast as what they did on Friday. but they're still moving off to the northeast still fairly quickly here. Winds today are about half or a little bit less than half than what we had last week. Last week we had gusts of 70. Right now we're at 35 to nearly 40 miles per hour. Jim Gardner had a big plume up. We're talking about, looks like it was getting back into some red cedar trees there. Give us an update. Lots of acres burning, and that fire, at least on that eastern flank, is still out of control. Go ahead, Jim, up in Logan County.
It is, David. You can see from our shot, let's pop up street scope, and where you see the roads there, XXX, Charter Oak Road. You see Indian Meridian out there. These have run into those cedars that you were talking about earlier and giving everybody kind of a map there of what that green is that you see from our shot, and they are just exploding, David. This is the problem here. I mean, these 3 small fires that we showed you that we're on, they have run into large areas of cedar trees, and they are just coming absolutely exploding. You can see from this shot here. Now, we can go back to kind of pull back and pan to that plume of smoke that we showed you, David, earlier, and it's just massive. It is across Charter Oak Road at one area. There is a barn down in there where you can't see it. It's got covered up. There is a barn down there. If it crosses Charter Oak and it goes a little more northeast, there's some homes. There's some other barns here. And, man, you just got to hate these cedar trees, David. They get this knocked down, runs into these cedars, and this is what you get. We'll keep you updated. Jim Garfone live from Bob Mills Cut is 9. Back to you.
Yeah, man, there are some big flames coming through there. So remember, what you're looking at in Jim's shot that gets into these cedar trees, it's just like running into a big bottle, big gallon, big jug of fuel, and they explode literally. And you get embers, right, that will be in this smoke plume. They'll travel downstream and land, and they'll land like maybe over here, and they'll start another fire, and it's called seeding, and that happens a lot, especially in Oklahoma with the red cedars that we have way too many of. That's been our huge problem. All right, let's go to the ground now. And there's one right there, red cedar. Look at that. Val, I don't see any flames around that except for that one tree. And goodness gracious, what's going on now? Still southeast Logan County near XXX and near Charter Oak, okay? And there's firefighters coming in hot. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, that one right there, David, that one is a little ahead of the main part of the fire. The main part of the fire is just still back a little bit to the south and southwest. That was probably from an ember or something hot that fell on it. That one's fixing to go up big. There's another one I'm going to pan to the right here that's going up big. You know, you talk about the cedars, David. Look at that, man. That's going way up in the sky right there, way up there. You know, Marty Logan always says gasoline on a stick. Yep, that's that gasoline going up fast right there. And both of those are going up as you speak. So, and once again, I'm gonna zoom up again. We have another spot fire that went right across Indian Meridian over here into the grass. These brush pumpers over here are jumping on it fast. They don't want it to get over here and start spreading, because when it hits this dry grass, it's going to be gone. I mean, it's going to take off so fast and just rush. So there it is right there. That's right across the road, right on the west side of Indian Meridian. We are getting ready to have to leave our location here, because if we don't, if that fire gets next to the road, it might just cut us off. So we might have to bust out of here real quick. But this is a mean fire, David. If you live out here, just don't take this lightly. Back to you.
Yeah, you have to evacuate, and evacuations are underway from these fires all the way up to near and just south of Highway 105, and that's going to be east and southeast of Guthrie, okay? There's several fires, right? We have a couple that are bigger than others, but that's what's going on right now. And they just keep fueling more fires, and they get these knocked down, and then they, like I said, they seed another fire downstream. Look at these guys and gals out here, man. That is crazy. That is a crazy job. And they worked their tail off last Friday and over the weekend, and they're out there again today. They're going to be out there tonight. They're going to be out there again tomorrow. Folks, these are the hardest working people in Oklahoma right now for sure. Let's go to Links 1. And this is air support. Tom Pastrano shot this. This was the fire out near Portland that took off, and there are still hot spots with that the choppers are now getting in on, so they're helping with that. That's from Valcaster, and this is one of the many drops that was taking place right in front of him there, and that water has been taken from Arcadia Lake, and they hit, they drop, they pick that water up, they turn around, they haul back to the north, back up into Logan County, and they drop the water on that. So again, fire warning continues for areas east and southeast of Guthrie. You can see the hot spot here where the fire is showing up on satellite here. There it is, the big black spot. And here's what it looks like on radar here. Just give me 1 second. And you can see the smoke coming off to the northeast, right? So here's Kearney. This is 105. Here's Guthrie right here. And the smoke and the flames are all funneling to the northeast with southwest winds at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. So if you live, again, in southeast Logan County up to 105, you need to be evacuating. You need to be doing it now. Let's go back to Jim Gardner and get an update from Jim. And wow, look at that shot there. This thing is really, really big. Jim, it's moving at a pretty good clip now. Fires make their own wind. You know that. And I bet the winds on the ground down there probably 30 to 40 miles per hour, maybe even higher, continuing to push this fire to the northeast through southeastern Logan County. Go ahead, Jim.
That's right, David. What you're looking at, let's pop up Street Scope 2 so you get a map of the streets that fire and the smoke is on right now. And David, as we follow this out to the right here, well, I want to show you some little things here. And this is what we talk about embers. Go to the right. And we talk about embers there. You see these little smoke things right in here? That's from embers landing from the fire and those cedars, and it's already started 3 separate little fires in here, and that's what happens with these things. Now, I just got the word, too, that the evacuation zone is going to be east and west from Indian Meridian over to Pot County Road, and north and south from Charter Oak to Industrial up north. So that is the perimeter of the evacuations that they are laid out here. So, again, it's east-west Indian Meridian over to Pot County Road, north-south Charter Oak up to Industrial. They recommend evacuating that area right there. But again, David, that's what happens with these cedars. They start seeding more and more fires. Jim Garpoint live for Bob Mills, Cody's 9. Back to you.
All right, nice job there, Jim. So that fire, again, still burning, still out of control, certainly not contained right now. And look at that shot from Jim. So evacuation orders are underway. Let's go back to Links 1. And evacuation orders are pretty much going to be well east of the Lazy Arena. This is a small town of Meridian. This is 105. This is Kearney. This is going to be Lincoln County. And this is going to be southeast Logan County, where we have this cluster of fires. And you're looking at Next Gen Live or Million Watt Radar. What you're looking at here, that's the smoke coming off these fires, lifting to the north. Every now and then our radar will hit Jim, actually flying up here in some of those planes, and those will pop as like a red dot, right? That's, again, radar picking up either Jim Gardner or the airplanes putting out the fire. But wow, just incredible here as this fire pushes off to the northeast. Not as fast as what we had Friday. Winds right now, again, around 35 miles per hour. The winds have come down a notch over the last hour, still running at 25 to 30, with some gusts out in El Reno and Canadian County and Grady County to 35 to nearly 40 miles per hour. But the wind fields are still strong enough to keep those fires, again, going as they push this all to the northeast. And our humidity, that's another problem in the, well, the teens right now. So very dry atmosphere, just enough wind. We still have all that dry, dormant vegetation from winter, and it doesn't take much, right? So that's why you folks up in Logan County continue with the fire emergency. Again, that's going to be north of Waterloo. That's going to be along and east of Indian Meridian, and then up to 105 in Logan County, where the fires continue. One more time, let's go back to Jim. And every time I look at his shot, I see another fire, it looks like, popping up in his shot. Jim, how many fires do we have right now in southeast Logan County? And again, people up here in southeast Logan County need to be thinking about evacuating if you've got smoke and flames coming your way. Go ahead, Jim.
Right now, David, I would say there's at least 5 that's up in this area. These are the 3 that I talked about earlier. And the one farthest to the west, what you're looking at right at the top of your screen, and we pop up Street Scope, farther to the west, you see those cedars, man, it was almost out, David, and then you just hit those cedars and it just go ramps right back up. So we got 3 in a line right here from the big one, and you move to the west, you got the big one, then you move to the west, you got a small one, and then you got this one out further out to the west. You see on Street Scope, that looks like Choctaw Road and Charter Oak right there. So again, and then up north, there was one up there earlier that was 4, and then we showed you the small ones there. So 5 or 6 are going right now, David. Jim Garpoint live from Bob Mills, Cody's 9. Back to you.
All right, so there we go. And the fire continues to burn. The coordinates there are going to be, this is Indian Meridian. This is East Charter Oak. You can see the fires burning clearly through that section as they continue to burn all to the north. And again, you're looking at Street Scope. That is a tool we use that only News 9 has on Jim Gardner's helicopter. And again, does a great job of showing you exactly what these cross streets are. And that's just one fire. And that's actually one of the fairly small ones. Back to the west, the fires are bigger back here. This is Charter Oak right here. right? Charter Oak, and as we come back to the southwest, you can see all the smoke and all the flames going on back in here. And the origination point was pretty close to this lake right here, this pond. So anyway, crazy stuff going on. Fire is still burning. Trackers are out. Jim Gardner is up. We're going to take a break. As always, stay with News 9. Keep you advised.
There's a lot in this world you can't make right. But the comeback's always stronger than the setback.
Welcome to the nut house, sweetie.
This is a story of family. I can't imagine a world without them. It's our job to fight for the truth.
We got this.
For something better. And that's the start.
Reminds me of the good old days, don't it?
NCIS Origins returns CBS Monday, March 24th, and streaming on Paramount+.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Qualified lessees can lease a stylish new 2025 Camry LE for $299 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company's job is to do what's best for them, not for you.
Watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it could hurt your case. Don't trust the insurance company after a car wreck. You can miss out on a lot of money. Call me and my team, and we'll watch out for you.
DM Law watched out for me and got me over $600,000.
Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my gosh.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch. Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. The Mavericks. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour. July 1st, live at Lucky Star Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now. Get access to preferred tickets with your City card. Get tickets at etix.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, here he is. Let's do this.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2025 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, David Page.
Right, Oklahoma fires continue to burn. The bullseye right now, the target, that's going to be back up into Logan County right now, where these fires are burning out of control. They're being hit hard from the air and from the ground, but just enough wind today with the humidity being low that, boy, it's a hot mess up there for sure. And this is pretty much the same area, just on the perimeter of the big fire that we had on Friday, right? When winds were gusting 60 to 70 miles per hour. We're half that today. Winds right now are 35 to nearly 40, but still enough wind, low humidity, and our vegetation from winter is still dry and or dormant, and there is a ton of fuel to burn, and it'll burn all day, it'll burn all night, and it'll burn even into tomorrow. And by the way, tomorrow, the winds will be stronger than today. All right, let's go up top now and get an update from Jim Gardner. And he's making his way around here. Jim, we have at least 4, if not 5 fires now burning out of control in southeast Logan County. Mandatory evacuations underway. If you live north and east of these fires, you need to leave, like we said on Friday, and you need to do it now. You need to get out of the way. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, that's right, David. We're just having just a lid. There we go. Now let's pop up Street Scope, and you can see this is that main. This is the largest fire. You can see there's a barn down in there, David, that we're trying to see. The smoke keeps covering it up, but I believe it's on fire. It was one of the big red barns with a white roof, and the roof was turning black on it. We can see smoke coming out of it, and that's further to the north. It's going to be on the left side of your screen, but the smoke is just too heavy in here. I'm kind of sitting in between the farthest east fire to the first fire to the west. I'm kind of sitting in between. I'm getting kind of smoked in here as I move to the south. But again, these cedars are just erupting all over, and they're just starting little fires in the grass on up to the north and off to the east and west. They're just flying everywhere, David. So the fire department, they just got their hands tied with these cedars. We got super scoopers coming in right underneath me, just dropped right underneath me. So the second one's come off my nose, Tim. He's coming right at my nose. Right in there. He's going to be coming straight at me. There he is right there at the top of your screen, David. So he's going to be coming right at me. I'm going to kind of move over a little bit. He's going to pass down my left side low, and he's going to try to hit this one hot spot here and stuff. There he goes, dropping the water. He's going to roll underneath me. Those things are pretty cool, David. I mean, if they didn't have those, they'd really be in trouble. And they're probably going to be working for a long time here. So they got Arcadia Lake, which is fairly close. So hopefully that'll really help these firefighters out. We'll keep you updated. Jim Garpoint live from Bob Mills, Scotty's 9. Back to you.
Jim, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's like taking a rifle with a scope on it, hitting a target a mile away, talking about shooting a bullet. And that is amazing what they can do and how accurate they are flying at that speed. And again, it's just incredible to see. And they don't miss. You never see a miss hardly at all. Let's go to the ground now. And Val and Amy Castor right in the thick of it. Val, this fire is still burning at least 4, if not 5 fires now, Val. You're in one of them, and they're still out of control. Evacuations now underway north and east of this fire. Again, that's going to be in southeast Logan County, burning northeast right now. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, so I'm zooming up here because we've got so many spot fires. I don't know, you can't even hardly see that guy. There he is. You see the grass on fire right there. The fire continues to jump this road, the North-South Indian Meridian Road over here, and it just every now and then I'll look up and there's a huge group of cedars just going up, flames shooting up 150 feet in the air to the west side of the highway. So this fire is raging out of control. The super scoopers, I think you just talked about it with Jim just a second ago. They just now came over. He probably got video of that. So did we. Those guys were flying with the wind this time and dropping. I think that might be even a little bit tougher there, but they know what they're doing, and they do a great job of it. All of a sudden, you're seeing all these brush pumpers coming into where we are right now. Looks like to me they're going to stage over here and try to keep it from coming across into the dry grass, because if it does that, it's going to take off. So we're watching it. Back to you.
All right, nice job. Look at all the crews there. We love that, and they're working like the devil for sure today, no doubt about it. I mean, they are all over the place. Okay, great job, Val. We have Tom Pastrano out. We have Jeremy Carter out. Let's go back to Links 1 here, and these are the current evacuation zone that we have. And this is going to be for southeastern Logan County here. This is Guthrie. This is going to be basically from Meridian back down to just east of Lazy E down to Waterloo Road. This is the area that mandatory, basically, evacuations are underway right now. Okay, this fire, it's not screaming northeast, but it's moving fast enough that, again, if you live south of Meridian, between Meridian and Lazy E and upwards of nearly 105, you need to evacuate in that zone right now. You got to get out of the way. You got to leave the house. You got to get out, okay? You can see the hot spot showing up on satellite, and it's not that big of a fire. Well, fires, there's actually 4 to 5 in here, but not as big as what we had on Friday. But the smoke, you can see the smoke coming off. You're looking at NextGen Live. This is our 1,000,000-watt dual-pole radar. It's cranked up only on News 9. You can easily see the smoke coming off that fire, lifting up and crossing into northern Logan County and Lincoln County. And this is Seward Road. This is Luther Road. Back to the west, we have Hiawassee back here. The fires are farther east, pretty much along that north-south road of 3230, which is right here, 3230 Farm Road. Okay, that's kind of the western flank of this, and then back down to Waterloo is where the fires are. And again, I say more than one, right? It's plural. Here in Oklahoma City, all right, now, here we are at 82 degrees. It is warm. Our humidity is low, and the wind is enough from the southwest at 30 to 35 miles per hour to get those fires going and keep them going. Low 80s on the map. It is very warm. Mid to upper 80s in the west. We continue to dry out. And the winds here, these are live wind gusts at 30 to 35 miles per hour. Just had a 39 at Will Rogers. And the wind will stay up like this evening. It's going to get windier tomorrow. Why? Storm system off the coast of California moves in. Lows tonight, mid-50s. It'll be fairly mild with a south breeze. Normal lows near 40, but it's going to be windy tonight. And tomorrow, 80s. Winds tomorrow, gusts to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Here's my wind speed zone tomorrow. Gust up to 45. There might be a gust or two to 50. And the fire danger tomorrow, it's higher than today. It's high to extreme. I-35 westward, the humidity will be extremely low as dry air comes in along the dry line tomorrow, okay? So as you get deeper into western Oklahoma tomorrow, the fire danger is going to be extremely high west of I-35. A bone dry 9-day. No rain at all. The next 9 days, the fire threat, that is our concern. We'll be back right after this.
Whether you're the person who jumps out of bed or the one who needs to keep hitting snooze, morning waits for no one. But you can trust that the locally owned station has mornings covered with breaking news,
the terror plot foiled,
weather,
today is the big day,
traffic,
what a big backup out there this morning,
and the biggest stories from the largest team to keep you in the know. No matter what kind of morning person you are, you can trust that great mornings start here. Only on News 9 this morning.
This isn't our dog.
That one?
You never got new glasses, did you?
Well, you didn't know Stanton Optical makes eye care easy.
Exactly.
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam, $79. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
PayMe Checking is the #1 debit card at Communication Federal. With good reason, because you earn real money rewards with your Visa debit card. With Communication Federal, you can get a fresh, shiny, new debit card at the branch same day, so you can get out there and do your thing and get rewards for doing it. Open your PayMe checking account online at comfedcu.org or at any branch in just a few minutes. PayMe Checking, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
When I woke up in the hospital, all I knew is that I'd had a really bad accident with a big truck. I had no idea what the trucking company was capable of. Thank goodness my family called Parrish Devon.
We knew that with every passing minute, the truck company was gaining an advantage.
Our experts rushed to the scene, and our fast response meant Laura got the money she deserved. After a truck crash, Pepper wins. 405-444-4444.
Parrish Devon is your on-the-scene big truck team.
At Metro Ford of OKC, you can feel the difference. As a locally owned and operated dealership, we're proud to welcome Ford fans from all across Oklahoma, including our neighbors in Norman, Edmond, Moore, Mustang, and Yukon. Right now, during Ford Truck Month, you can get great deals on our custom-built Ford trucks, including Raptor, Route, and Rocky Ridge. At Metro Ford of OKC, everyone's part of the team, and that's what makes the real difference.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Bob Mills Sky News 9 in HD. Brought to you by Bob Mills Furniture.
The community of Stillwater was hit hard in Friday's wildfire outbreak. Officials say more than 70 homes burned.
That's where we find News 9's Cameron Joyner live with an update on recovery efforts happening now. Cameron?
Yeah, Sylvia and JP, the city of Stillwater set up this donation center inside the Stillwater Armory to meet the immediate needs of families who lost everything in Friday's wildfires.
So many of these families are a crucial part of our community. They're leaders in the community, and so it was humbling to be in here with them and to try to encourage them that we're here for them.
And City Manager Brady Moore says the city of Stillwater is rallying together to support their neighbors after the city reported over 50 homes burned down in the wildfire. The donation center is taking donations from the community to help fire victims get by over the next few weeks. Donations include water bottles, non-perishable food items, pillows and blankets, personal hygiene items, and items for pets and babies. We're also being told that one of their most needed items right now is plastic bins so that the families can take their items with them when they go. In just 3 days, donations are piling up inside the armory. City leaders blown away by the response.
We feel like a big city here, but at the heart of it, we have a really tight-knit community, and it's been amazing to see the outpouring of love.
Donations can be dropped off from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and families that have been displaced by the fires can come and get what they need Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. and then again on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Live in Stillwater, Cameron Joyner, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Next at 5, we talk with volunteers who are supporting firefighting efforts across the metro.
When I noticed my heat stopped working, I decided to call the pros at Pascal. With Pascal Pay, I was able to maintain my budget and still receive Pascal's high-quality service. That's why I choose Pascal. Schedule now at gopascal.com.
We're Parish Devon. We're from Oklahoma, and we fight for the people of this state.
After a car wreck, we give the attention it takes to get you the money you deserve.
Do you need accident care and don't know where to go? The Brooks Clinic is now open near I-40 and Mustang Road in Yukon. With 6 metro locations, there's always a Brooks Clinic nearby. Our Yukon Clinic has the same great doctors and amazing service as our other locations. You'll get the care you need without driving all over the metro. And as always, walk-in exams and no out-of-pocket costs. Come see us in Yukon. Auto injury, the Brooks Clinic.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Start a jet engine.
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
At Mathis Home, we understand that your home is a reflection of you. And during our spring style event, we have fresh new looks that are waiting to make your home look and feel great at the lowest prices. And with all the latest styles in bloom, you'll find savings in every department. Whether it's a clean and modern sectional or a rustic and traditional dining table, we have it in stock with fast and free delivery. Come find the look that's right for you at our spring style event at your furniture superstore, Mathis Home.
Anything cold when it comes to metal is going to be under high tension, and it's going to show its true colors. If it's going to break, that's when it's going to do it. Here at Precision, we definitely know that tomorrow is too late. Most every garage door can be repaired same day.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Kindness, generosity, happiness. Stories of Oklahomans making our state better. Celebrate something good with Mike Glover. Weeknights at 5. Sponsored by First Fidelity Bank. Only on Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan. Like the all-new Kicks and Murano, J.D. Power's most dependable small and mid-size SUVs, and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. Choose from 6 models under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get up to $3,500 total savings on Rogue, or get a low $229 per month lease on Sentra.
When I noticed my heat stopped working, I decided to call the pros at Pascal. With Pascal Pay, I was able to maintain my budget and still receive Pascal's high-quality service. That's why I choose Pascal. Schedule now at gopascal.com.
Thanks for watching News 9 at 4. Join us again tomorrow.
News 9 at 5 starts now.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news, we're tracking multiple wildfires burning right now in the metro. It comes as firefighters continue to battle fires that started Friday, burning thousands of acres across the state. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Sylvia Corkill, in for Carl Torp.
And I'm Jennifer Pierce, in for Amanda Taylor. And we do have live team coverage tonight. Of course, we're going to start with Chief Meteorologist David Payne. He's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. And David, you've been watching Logan County very closely.
Yeah, all last week, last Friday, over the weekend, and again today, guys. The wind was just enough, and here we go. Valcaster on the ground, Tom Pastrano on the ground, Jeremy Carter, and here comes another drop that Tom Pastrano is looking at. This is a Northwest Oklahoma City fire we had earlier. Still some hot spots with that, but the big fires, southern and southeastern Logan County right now. Let's go to Links 1, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is the evacuation zone, if you will, southeast of Guthrie. It runs from just southeast of Meridian, right in this zone right here. So if you live south of Meridian, east of the Lazy E Arena, and I would think really up to 105, you need to be thinking about evacuating, but this is the evacuation zone right now, and it comes nearly all the way down to Waterloo Road. Here's Luther, here's Fallis, here's Merrick. So once again, east and southeast of Guthrie, you are, again, right now, you need to get out of the way, right? This fire continues to burn. Here's Merrick right there. And here's Fallis right here as this continues to burn on to the northeast currently. All right, so not like what it was last Friday, but still fast enough. The hot spot, southeastern Logan County, there it is. There's your fire, the big black spot looking right back at you. And that's the one that continues to burn currently. And Jim Gardner is up in the air. You can see the smoke coming off that fire. There's the Lazy E Arena. We have Val on the ground. We have Jed on the ground. We have Jeremy on the ground. Let's go to Jim Gardner. He's up top. We get an update from Jim. And Jim, we have your shot. Give us an update. And multiple fires now burning in southeastern Logan County. Go ahead, Jim.
That's right, David. You're looking at the far west one there. We moved way out west. That's the far western fire we talked about. I'd like to say it's looking a lot better, David, but every time I say that, it hits a big patch of cedar trees and everything goes up. So let's pull back wide a little bit. We'll show you all three in a line here. This is all three of them in a line. The small one's in the middle there, just barely, you can barely see it. And then the big one on the east side there. There was a barn in there that did catch fire. They have a water truck right there. Every time we try to look at it, the smoke covers it up. But pop-up street scope, you can see right there where the boundaries are. And so the super scoopers are coming in again to make another drop here. The smoke, I don't know exactly where they're going to drop this time, David. They may be trying to drop on the east side. It looks like the smoke may have came down enough that they can go in there and drop. You'll see them circling right here. One in trail. You got number 1, number 2. Air Attack leads them in. So Air Attack is a plane that stays up higher, and he coordinates with them as they come around, and he finds what needs to be dropped on, and they decide what direction they're going to drop, whether it's going to to south or east to west. But right now they're making their circle around. They'll come around and they'll make a drop, David. But I want to say it's looking a lot better out here. But every time I say that, some cedars go up. But right now it looks a lot better. Jim Garner live from Bob Mills, Cody's 9. Back to you.
All right, great job there, Jim. So once again, this is going to be well southeast of Guthrie. This is going to be south of Meridian. And we have multiple fires here. Fire crews have been on it from the ground. The air attacks have been heavy the last hour and a half or so with the water being dropped from the sky, which is a good thing. But again, multiple fires now in southeast Logan County. Back to Links 1. This is what the fires look like. The smoke coming off of them. Val's here. Jed's there. Jeremy's coming back in from the west. And once again, this is going to be Seward Road. If you live along and south of Seward Road, about almost down to Waterloo, you need to evacuate if you have smoke and flames coming at you. Right? And it's just like tracking a storm. We're talking about damaging winds or a tornado. You need to evacuate. On this deal, though, you can't ride this thing out at home. You could lose your home, and that means goodbye to everything else. Okay, so here we go. Some of the airdrops today have been crazy, and that was shot from Valcaster. This thing dropped, came in right on top of him, and some pretty wild stuff there. And watch these guys and gals come in, boom. And every one of these drops have been bullseye. Every time hitting exactly where they need to hit. As again, helicopters doing the same thing, and they're just as good, except a little lower speed. But look at them drop the water on top of those fires. It was in northwest Oklahoma County. That was about 30 minutes ago. And so again, the planes are coming in, which is a great help. Temperatures are in the 80s. Look at these live wind gusts here, 30 to 35 miles per hour. Not crazy windy, but enough wind. Just had a wind gust of 41 at Will Rogers. That's more than enough to keep these fires going even into this evening. Clinton, Weatherford just had a wind gust of 43 out there. Our humidity bone dry in the teens and temperatures in the 80s. So very, very warm for this time of year. Very, very dry. And again, low humidity, and you get problems and you get fires. That's exactly what we have. So, guys, we'll check back in with our trackers on the ground, back in with Jim Gardner. Fires in southeast Logan County continue to burn out of control. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Friday's fires tearing through Norman on both sides of Lake Thunderbird.
Firefighters worked hard to control the flames, but multiple houses are a complete loss. News 9's Haley Wager shows us some of the damage, and one house still left standing.
A quiet street in Norman.
I've lived here for 50 years on this property.
Home to less than a dozen houses.
All these neighbors here have changed over the years.
But if you drive down that street now, almost half of those homes are burned down to the ground.
The fire it started over there. I think it was a down power line that started the fire.
One of the few houses still standing belongs to Phil Trotter.
I built it myself. I dug the footing and framed it and wired it and plumbed it.
Phil and his wife evacuated from the house during Friday's fires, waiting anxiously at the end of their street.
I expected any time to come down here and see it laying on the ground, you know, in flames.
Surrounded by neighbors who didn't have the same fate as the Trotters.
People across the street over here lost everything.
The Trotters' garage just feet away from their home.
So much stuff.
A complete loss.
And the wind was blowing that way, which is probably why this end of my house didn't catch fire.
This isn't the first test the Trotters' house survived since Phil built it in 1972.
It's been through a lot. It survived a tornado and it survived this fire.
A somber sight on Spencer Circle.
It's terrible.
But Phil Trotter says he's feeling fortunate. He still has a place to call home.
She's a tough old gal.
And the community here in Norman is already banding together. Neighbors have set up a donation site here. They're asking for things like food and water, but also little things like hygiene products. So if you need those or if you'd like to donate, it's set up here on the corner of Spencer Circle and 108th Street. Live in Norman, Haley Wager, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Oklahoma, we are live at the Bob Mills Weather Center. Another day, yes, tracking more fires. Not as windy as last Friday, but windy enough with that low humidity. That is a live shot from Jim Gardner in Bob Mills Sky News 9. And look at all the smoke, tracking multiple fires now in southeast Oklahoma County. Evacuations underway. They are mandatory. We'll talk more about that. What about tomorrow, the next couple of days? More wind. Here we go. Your forecast coming up.
Unexpected events happen all the time.
Sometimes they're world-changing.
This is just devastating.
And sometimes they're dangerous.
A fire outbreak. You need to get out because this is moving so fast.
Severe weather is our most common type of breaking news. News 9 tornado warning.
Now back up. At the locally owned station, it's our priority to give you accurate information so you can stay informed and safe.
So you can make your own decisions.
Extraordinary breaking news coverage on Oklahoma's own News 9.
Double the deal.
Double the fun at Post Oak Toyota. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for only $299 a month. And as always, ask us about our drive-off options for just $49 down today. Find your next vehicle at postoaktoyota.com.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa? Safari. Hot air balloon ride. Swim with elephants.
Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
On a ranch?
In Montana?
With horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
For over 25 years, Oklahoma Copier Solutions has been servicing Oklahoma's education, medical, legal, nonprofit, and business communities for their copier and printers. The key to our success is our long-term dedicated employees, customers, and vendors. Because of these relationships, our sales and service departments continually win every national award in the industry. We offer full turnkey lease and service contracts that include delivery, setup, training, service, toner, and billing. Call or email us to join thousands of other Oklahoma customers.
Air Comfort Solutions has always stood for cooling, heating, plumbing, and electrical services you can count on. Assuring comfort since 2004, our Oklahoma Strong team stands for accuracy, confidence, and support where and when homes need us most. Today, with our refreshed look and our expanded services, ACS stands for achieving 100% customer satisfaction. As we stand tall and do it all for OKC homes, like a $99 drain clearing to quickly resolve your plumbing issues. For whatever your home needs, don't stress. Call ACS.
For 109 years, Haggard's Fine Furniture has been Oklahoma's trusted quality furniture store since 1916.
Double the deal.
Double the fun at Post Oak Toyota. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for only $299 a month. And as always, ask us about our drive-off options for just $49 down today. Find your next vehicle at postoaktoyota.com.
We are tracking multiple wildfires across the state, many of them in Logan County.
And our Bob Mills Sky News 9 chopper pilot, Jim, is over one of those fires right now. And Jim, is that a barn? And where exactly are you?
Well, that's right. This is still the Logan County fire, and this is one of the barns that just, that's the one we were in trying to see, but you couldn't see it because of all the heavy smoke. But it has burned down, and that's just going to be on the north side of Charter Oak Road and east of Triple X Road is where that barn's located. If we pull back, I believe there's another barn or home right there that's at the bottom right there, Tim, right almost on Triple X right there. As you zoom in, tilt up, tilt up, tilt up, tilt up, tilt up. Yeah, right in there somewhere. It looks, well, I can't see it now. There it is right there. No, you missed it. It's right at the top of your screen there. I believe that's another one right there that may have caught fire too and burned. There you go, see it, Tim, right there. It's zoom in right there on the right-hand side, middle right-hand side. Go right, go right, go right. There you go. Oh, that's the pins. Okay. Well, good. That's not another structure. I'm not sure what that was, but I can't believe those got out of the fire, but that barn didn't make it. And we got that structure that luckily it didn't burn, but unfortunately that farmer's really nice barn caught fire and burned down the ground. And that's just one of the casualties we had out here. We'll keep looking. We'll keep you updated. Jim Garpoint live from Bob Mills Sky News 9. Back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you. Again, Jim is over a fire in Logan County, and it really looks like a lot of those fires have died down based on the plumes of smoke that we saw earlier today. And Val Castor is also out there. We're going to check in with him after the break.
But first, how the Luther community is coming together for wildfire victims.
Shop with us this weekend for the lowest price, guaranteed for 12 months.
We're so confident that an AC tune-up from Airco can prevent breakdowns this summer, we're backing it up with a guarantee.
That means if your AC breaks down, we'll apply the cost of the tune-up to any repair you make this season.
Stay cool and worry-free this summer
with the only tune-up that's truly guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Cole Dorsey at Dorsey Jones Buick GMC. Come see why we have better savings than the other dealers.
Take up to $5,500 off the MSRP on all Enclaves.
Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, drive the best, just 15 minutes west.
Come to Newcastle if you want something real.
It's 100% the best casino in Oklahoma City area.
I've won more at Newcastle Casino than I've won at any other casino in my life.
We've traveled all over the place, and we like Newcastle the best.
My wife, she is the absolute luckiest person that I know. One night she won a $50,000 jackpot, and that blew my socks off on that one.
Newcastle is where the real players play.
Our warehouse is a mess. We've grown so big, so fast, we got to get it cleaned up. And the clock is ticking. We've got siding too short to be seamless, but too long to be recycled. If we can use our shorter pieces of siding on the back of your home to make just a few seams, we'll make the front and two sides seamless. It's almost like getting the back done free. And if you buy 3, you'll get 1 free. New polymer windows. This won't last long, so click.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Friends don't let friends miss buy one, add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This time of year, when the outdoor temperatures aren't that severe, Airco's team is gearing up for spring.
Airco is offering a preseason equipment sale.
During our preseason sale, you can save extra money thanks to a trade-in allowance that gives you a credit for your old equipment.
Let Airco be the company you know.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9.
A wildfire in Luther burned about 7,000 acres Friday, destroying more than a dozen homes in that area.
The community is now coming together to help those who have lost so much. News 9's Deanne Stein is live in Luther with how folks can help. Deanne.
Well, Jen, Sylvia, they can help with donations for people like Jeanette Mills and her family who have lost everything. You can see behind me that the fire destroyed her home. But there is some help. The Luther Community Service Center is already a hub for those in need, providing clothing and food to the community. But since the fires, they've opened the doors all week. Fire victims can come here and pick up not only clothing and shoes, but they also have food boxes ready to go. Those are packed with non-perishable food items and even plates and utensils. They have diapers and baby formula also available. They also have buckets of cleaning supplies for those who need them.
You see on one side the devastation of people who are having struggles, but also on the other side you see people that are out there trying to help and take the load off and share this burden. And we're so grateful to have those people wanting to help make life better for those people that have suffered so much in such a short time.
Now you can bring the donations to the center. It's located directly across the street from the Luther Fire Department. Fire victims can also make an appointment to come in and get what they need. Live in Luther, Deanne Stein, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, thanks, Dan. We're seeing so many of those fires across the state right now.
Yeah.
And just destruction in so many places.
You know, last Friday we had nearly 140 fires between Friday and Friday night. So far today we probably have had a dozen. So better and not as windy. Last week we had gusts to, 70 to 80 miles per hour. Today we're looking at 35 to 40. So it's just enough. We're still dry. Our humidity's low. It's very warm. So we just kind of picked back up where we left on Friday, but just not as bad. But still bad if you live up in Logan County right now.
And the super scoopers are out, which they weren't able to be out on Friday. So that's making a huge difference.
Huge difference. We had no air support last week from the helicopters or the planes on Friday. Zero. They didn't even think about getting up. Too windy. Today they can get up, so that's good news. And hopefully they'll be able to get up tomorrow because why? We're going to need them tomorrow, all right? Let's take a look. Trackers are out. Jim Gardner, he is up, and here we go. And again, I know it's still bad out there, okay? Southeast Logan County, not good, but man, folks, it's not as bad as what it was last Friday. No doubt about that. But still bad enough, right? Let's go up top now. Let's get an update from Jim Gardner, and he has been all over the place. In Oklahoma County, had that fire earlier, northwest side of Oklahoma City. That basically is nearly out now. But the big fires are still up in Logan County once again. And Jim, more heavy smoke coming out of the cedar forest there. Not good. Give us an update. Look at all the fires there now in southeast Logan County. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, that fire that he was just on is a far eastern fire. That was the one, David, that I showed earlier that was started from an ember. That is now growing into some cedars right here. This is the big fire that we're on right here, and you can see that barn that we were trying to look for, David. That has burned down, that caught fire. Unfortunately, he lost a really nice barn right there. Now let's pull back wide. It is looking a lot better out here, David, on this big main fire as we pull out and we pop up street scope. You can see the roads there and everything. And I'll even have Tim kind of pan up and show you where the eastern fire is with street scope.
They're showing anything.
Where those roads are and everything. But again, it's looking a lot better out here. The super scoopers have made a big dent in a lot of this, David. Right now, it looks like the big fire is going to be the far eastern fire is the one that they're going to have to really work on now. We'll keep you updated. Jim Garpoint live from Bob Mills, Sky News 9. Back to you.
Okay, so we still have, 4 or 5 fires burning here. And there they are, folks, talking about gasoline on a stick, red cedars. If you've got them on your property, near your house, if you don't take them down, you're crazy. You're out of your mind, because if they catch fire and they're close to your house, there's a really good chance you lose your house. But look how fast they go up. And here's the deal. These red cedars, they're native to Oklahoma. They get lofted. I'm talking about the embers do. They get lofted into the wind. They get what we call seeded downstream, and they seed and they drop the embers do into a new grove of red cedars or grassland, they start new fires. They're horrible for the soil. A few of them, yes, are good. I understand that, but we have way too many. And remember, 150 years ago, we didn't have anything like what we have right now because the bison used to trample them down when the bison moved through here by the millions. And also we had natural fires that used to burn everything off west of about I-35. We don't do that anymore. And this is what we get nowadays, okay? All right, let's get to it here. Let's go to Val. And Val's on the ground, and he's in the thick of it. Val, more fires near the power lines. Not good, and that firefighter, he's getting on it, but you know, there's only so much water that he's going to get out of that small truck. Go ahead, Val.
Yes, and go back to what Jim was saying just a minute ago, David. That barn that just went up is the same barn that we were parked next to at that rancher's property over there watching that fire come, and it was half a mile away. It's sad to hear that his barn went up in flames. But I tell you what, these cedars are going up big, and every time one of these cedars goes up and it's right next to the road, we get the grass on this side of the fence starts. But the brush pumpers here are doing such a great job, David. They jump on it just as soon as it catches on fire. They are on it. I got to tell you, I just cannot believe how good a job all these firefighters are doing, and the airplanes as well. These guys are risking their lives for us. Back to you, David.
All right, nice job, Val. So, folks, this is, again, right now, this is live from Val Castor and Jim Gardner or other trackers on the ground here in southeast Logan County. Let's go back to Links 1. Here's the evacuation zone. That's going to be south and east of Meridian, east of Lazy E Arena. This is going to be Oklahoma County. This is Waterloo Road. This is Lincoln County. This is that evacuation zone right now. It goes all the way up to Seward, all the way up to just south of 105, and then back to the west near Henney Road. The fires are in here, and they're burning off to the northeast. If you have smoke and flames, again, coming at you, you need to evacuate, okay? There's the one big hot spot, and again, it's a big one, showing multiple fires right now in southeast Logan County. You can see the smoke coming off of these, looking at Next Gen Live. You can see the smoke racing northeast over those same hot spots, right? That's where Jeremy is, Val's there, Jed's there, and we're watching that smoke lift off to the northeast from those fires, and they're gonna burn all evening long. Hopefully they'll get a better handle on them. Right now in Oklahoma City, 81, we are clear, our humidity is way low, and the wind is still blowing from the south. Lots of 80s on the map, low to mid 80s, lots of 80s. We'll do this again tomorrow, very warm. South winds right now at 20 to 35 miles per hour. We just had a wind gust of 41 at Will Rogers, and gust out west approaching 40, so there's more than enough wind. Tonight's lows in the 50s, and by the way, it's windy all tonight. We won't get a break. Tomorrow, back to the 80s. What about the fire threat tomorrow? We're going to see winds tomorrow stronger than today, 35 to 45 miles per hour. Strongest winds will be in the Panhandle, but with the low humidity tomorrow, fire danger will be high to extreme. I-35 west, again, high to extreme fire danger tomorrow. Even into your Wednesday, higher humidity, but more wind into Wednesday. The fire threat will ramp back up a bit on Friday. Folks, that is a dry 9-day, no chance of rain the next 9 days. We'll be back right after this.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save up to $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
For those ready to answer adventure's highest calling, we've built our most capable Subaru yet. Sure-footed, symmetrical, all-wheel drive. 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2025 Subaru Outback Wilderness. Adventure elevated.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Subaru Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, going on now.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every day you wake, make no mistake, we'll be helping you. What we can't see is in the air we breathe. For your good health's sake, and every breath you take, every breath you take.
Ready to win win big? At Lucky Star Casino, the biggest jackpots, the most exciting promotions, concerts, and massive payouts are waiting for you. Don't just dream about winning. Let Lucky Star Casino make it a reality. Come and get your luck only at Lucky Star Casino.
Come and get your luck. Ooh, yeah. Come and get your luck.
Now mix things up with Mix and Mash. Your choice of mouth-watering pizza, 8 boneless wings, loaded cheese dippers, fresh chef salad, and a brookie. Mix and Mash your way, just $7.99 each. Mazio's, get ready for great.
Mazio's, 2 flavor legends, a delicious calzone ring baked to perfection, and 10 flavor-packed boneless wings. 2 icons of flavor made for sharing at only $19.99. Mazio's, get ready for great.
The solution to remodeling your home is here. The new Mill Creek Design Studio is a one-stop shop for everything you need. The largest design studio in the state has flooring, countertops, windows, doors, and more. We're a full-service solution with complimentary designers on staff to help you make sure your home looks amazing. Conveniently located in North OKC next to the Turnpike. Come visit our immense selection. Mill Creek Design Studio, the solution for all your home's needs.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. What do you think of this one? From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save up to $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Well, here's something good. A family in Pawnee County is giving up their spring break to help victims recover from the devastating wildfires.
Madison McKenzie has spent 2 days cleaning out her storage facility to make room for a donation drive.
The adults weren't the only ones pitching in to package up toothbrushes and clothes. Even the kids are stepping in to help.
Everybody's neighbors, everybody's coworkers, or sit together at church, or they come together with each other when we need it.
Now, the donation drive will be open until 7 o'clock tonight, and then it will be back open Wednesday.
All right, and we're going to send it back on over to David Payne. He is still keeping an eye on those wildfires really dying down in Logan County.
Well, they're still burning. We still have at least 4 or 5 fires to go, and they're going to burn all evening long. They're not going to go away, but firefighters from the ground and from the air have done a good job, again, making them smaller, but there are still flames. I'm looking at Jim Gardner's shot, but yes, less smoke and less flames, but still evacuations underway south and east of Meridian. This is Guthrie right here, and evacuations underway right there. So if you live in this part of Logan County and you have smoke and flames coming at you, you got to get out, right? So guys, again, fires continue to burn. We'll have another fire day tomorrow, even into your Wednesday. More on that coming up at 6 o'clock. Guys, back to you.
All right, we'll see you back here at 6.
We're so confident that an AC tune-up from Airco can prevent breakdowns this summer, we're backing it up with a guarantee.
That means if your AC breaks down, we'll apply the cost of the tune-up to any repair you make this season.
Stay cool and worry-free this summer
with the only tune-up that's truly guaranteed.
You cannot miss this. Let's go! The Harlem Globetrotters are here. Get your tickets today. Go to